welcome back to another episode of Two Streamers in the Mod Pod. I am the moderator, KD Vicious, along with the two streamers, Lolo Green and Crunky. And we've got a couple topics to discuss today, but before we get into that, let's talk about you guys. Let's see, next couple weeks. How about we talk about where the people can find you guys the next couple weeks and maybe what you're going to be doing on stream the next couple weeks. Crunky, how about you start?
Well, you can find me at twitch.tv/Crunky. You can also find me by searching Crunky in the YouTube search bar. You can find me at xcrunky on Instagram and Twitter. And I'll be streaming at the moment. I've been streaming Destruction All-Stars. It's been a really great week for me stream-wise. My viewership is at its all-time high. People coming back, people supporting. It's been a breath of fresh air. Destruction All-Stars has been a lot of fun for me too. I'm sure if anybody goes back and rewatches any of the streams or anything like that, you could definitely see I'm real into it. And I feel like that just adds to the stream. Yeah, come drop by the Twitch channel, drop by the YouTube channel, come say hi. I've been having a lot of fun.
How about you?
You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Lolo Green, Instagram, Lolo Green Official, Twitter, Lolo Green X. Sorry, I have all these different names on all my accounts. Lolo Green was taken on Instagram and Twitter, and Lolo Green Official is too long for Twitter. So I wanted everything to be Lolo Green Official. KD, I know you always give me a hard time about all my different usernames, so I just wanted to give some context as to why I have so many different usernames. As for stream, it's been very sporadic lately. I coach basketball and we're in basketball season. Luckily for us, we're still in basketball season. We haven't had to shut down at all for COVID reasons, knock on wood. So yeah, but when I do stream, I've been streaming a lot of Apex. I've been enjoying getting back into Apex the last couple of weeks and grinding that ranked mode to just reset for season 8. So you can find me doing that, trying to get to at least platinum this season. I haven't really played it much since like season 3 or 4. So my goal is to just get as high as platinum if possible, depending on how much I'm able to play it. So yeah, find me on twitch.tv/Lolo Green.
Very nice. After we have all these discussions, I think for the viewers out there who play Warzone a lot and are a little fed up, you may want to try something new. So Apex might be right up your alley. So definitely go check Lolo Green out and Destruction All-Stars. I mean, Crunky's been killing it with the stream, so definitely check out his streams as well. Also, before we get into the topics, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, definitely subscribe, like, and comment down below. We definitely would appreciate it. So for today, I actually was reading some articles over the past week about Warzone. And if anybody knows me, either through the streams or through the podcast, you already know that I'm not big of a PvP person. I'm not big of a shooter person, but I do like to team up with these guys and a few others to play these types of games. So I am aware of some of the things that were going on as far as cheaters and as far as the lack of, I would say, effort on Raven Software and Treyarch as far as putting out these anti-cheat software. So what I want to do now, I actually saw this article that they put up, I believe it was February 2nd. So I put the link for you guys in the Discord. And what I'm going to do is just bring it up here. So the first one that I'm bringing up is actually, this one is from, first of all, it already bothers me that they call themselves the Call of Duty staff. You guys have names. You guys are it's either Treyarch or it's Raven Software or both. I don't know. It right off the bat it bothers me. But February 2nd, they released this, and right off the bat they say we have zero tolerance for cheaters across Call of Duty and Call of Duty Warzone, and I like it. It's strong right off the bat. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good. And they go on to tell, that 60,000 they've confirmed were through cheat software, and they've done over 300,000 bans worldwide. Fantastic. Then they go to these bullet points of what they've done already, and they kind of just reiterate, the improved in-game reporting mechanics. Okay. So there's a point in here. It says, in addition, we're increasing our efforts and capabilities in these key areas. And this, to me, it's just the wording. It's not saying like it's saying they're going to increase their efforts, not necessarily that it's going to get done. Like, I want to know, not that you're going to increase your efforts. I can try as much as I want, but you're a big software company. This stuff has to get done. This is ridiculous as far as the amount of cheaters and YouTube videos of how to cheat are out there. It's insane. So they say they're going to add additional detection technology. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? To enhance our internal anti-cheat software. Their effort is to do that. So the whole language, it just bothers me. And then right at the end, the last paragraph actually says, our ongoing security and enforcement efforts are franchise-wide across Warzone, Modern Warfare, Black Ops. For the Warzone communication, the Warzone development team at Raven Software will take the lead on sharing updates going forward. So this part is actually interesting to me. So for Warzone and for Cold War, there's a collaboration between Treyarch and Raven Software as far as development. So for those who don't know, Treyarch is about 450 employees at Treyarch, and for Raven Software, it's almost half that. It's about I think it's like 250, 225, something like that. The problem I have is it seems like they're passing off the anti-cheat efforts and the development of the games that are already out now to the smaller development team. Based off of this, like, it's saying like, hey, follow Raven Software. Follow, like, they're going to tell you guys, and you follow them for any updates, for any security enforcement policies. Like, to me, that is a little bit of a flag, because it sounds like Treyarch is already like, they passed the buck. They're like, okay, we finished the product. You're gonna do the updates. You're gonna do the security. We're gonna work on probably next Call of Duty. So right off the bat, this is, like I said, this was February 2nd that they released this. So then on February 8th, as most of us know who play Call of Duty, they dropped League Play. And
yeah, buddy. Love me some League Play, but it sounds like you're about to crush it, so continue.
Right off the bat, everybody was happy because Call of Duty needed League Play. They needed ranked. That was one of the things that Lolo Green, he'll tell you he was waiting for.
Yes,
then
sir.
This article comes out. This article is from PC Gamer, and they've got some tweets here from Awakening, who is a professional esports player. He's on the Florida Mutineers, and Assault, who's on the LA Gorillas. And their tweets talk about how they were dominating in their 5 games to get into their placement. So Awakening says he just got 10 KD, and he got placed in competitive division. Assault says he got a 10K score and got placed in competitive division. Competitive division is the bottom 50% of the Cold War players. So right off the bat, they're saying something is wrong, and it's one thing it's new. There was gonna be bugs. That's fine. I understand, but a little bit further down in this article, they talk about somebody tweeted at studio design director David Vonderhaar, who's from Treyarch, and they said, hey, these pro players, they play every day. They play 10 hours a day, and they got in the bot. They actually fubbed up their words. They said top 50 division. There's no top 50. It's a bottom 50. So they got in the bottom 50 division. What's going on? What can somebody explain this? And his response is what bothers me again about this.
Yeah.
It's like, he goes, I don't know. We'll need to trace the games. Might be legit, might be a bug. It's just like, who cares? Like that. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Like the attitude behind it is the same. I would, the same type of attitude that like a kid has if they drop food on the floor. They're like, maybe I'll pick it up, maybe I won't. I don't know. Who cares? And they just like, I don't know who is responsible for the PR for these teams, or if it's a collaboration, if it's one PR, but somebody is sleeping behind the wheel, because why would you respond publicly so nonchalant? Like, I guess we'll get to it. We'll figure it out, I guess. Like, so am I the only one who feels this way? Am I overthinking this, or is it just a cluster right now as far as how their their efforts for these anti-cheat and like just fixing their game? Am I like, what are your guys' thoughts on that whole thing? Who wants to go? I don't know. Crunky.
I'll go first.
All right, Lolo Green.
Because you're gonna bash Call of Duty. Okay.
Go ahead,
I'm the Call of Duty defender on this podcast. First of all, I agree with you. The anti-cheat stuff for Warzone is out of hand. Like, they already lost me. I didn't need to read any more of the article, whether that's fair or not. I didn't need to read any more by the Call of Duty staff when they said we have zero tolerance for cheaters across Call of Duty and Call of Duty Warzone, when the tolerance level was very clearly very high, or there would have already been an anti-cheat system put in place. I think, and this is just me putting my tinfoil hat on, I think that all the cheat stuff, all that did was give more attention to their game, and then you have more people playing it to make their content about cheaters or to show how to cheat. All this stuff, what do? They're just playing their game so that every month they can say our concurrent players are this, and the player base is growing. The more people playing Call of Duty than ever, and da. So I think that saying they have a zero tolerance for cheating is false. I think they know it's false. It just sounds good. We know how many millions and millions and millions of people play this game, but you've banned 300,000 accounts. You're telling me of the millions of people that play this game, there's only 300,000 accounts of people are cheating? That's probably higher. And it says today we banned 60,000 accounts. When's the last time you've done a ban? Because I've been hearing about cheaters for so long, and they're not like, it's not like every week they're like, we banned this many people, we banned this many people. Like, this is the first time I'm hearing of a number, and I don't even know how long. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all did 300K since launch. The game's been out for a very long time. You're not updating numbers consistently about how many people you're banning. And we still know there's still mad cheaters out there. Like, so I just think that to say they have a zero tolerance for it, I mean, that sounds good. Maybe they do have zero tolerance for it, but their actions are saying otherwise, because there are plenty of other games that have anti-cheat system, like Valorant has an anti-cheat system. And I don't know why Call of Duty, which has more money than probably any game, Activision has so much money that they could be putting into this, that they're not, because I just don't think it's that big of a deal to them. As for the pro league or the league play, the ranked mode, I think that there's definitely flaws to the system. And I think Vandahar is definitely a little tone deaf. I think if he limit, like, I also think you're reading a little too much into his tweet. Like, the way you read it, I don't think is how he said it. I don't think, like, if I was reading that tweet, I'd have read it like, I don't know. We'll need to trace those games. It might be legit, might be a bug. See how the tone is a little different, KD, because I a little more positive spin on it. But I think, like, there's definitely something wrong with league play. Like, just in general, like, I played it a little bit, and I read how you rank up and stuff, and it seems to be a lot more to do with wins and losses more so than how you play. So that, like, he's like, oh, I got 10K in my last placement game. Like, what if he wasn't playing with his 4 stack, like his pro teammates and stuff, and he just had 3 like bad players? For all we know, he's losing these games or barely winning these games, and that's why. And again, that's why they need to fix the system a little bit more and have it be a better reflection of like how you actually play. But obviously those guys shouldn't be in the 50%. But I think it goes more, there's more factors than just, oh, I had a 10 KD or oh, I had a 10K score, because that guy could have had a 10 KD, but his team was 2-3. And I think that the system is focused more on that 2-3 than it is his individual KD. But I don't really know that to be certain. I'm just speculating here. And
Right.
there goes Fit Me's weekly appearance in our show. She always gets seen at least once.
I want to point out before you go, one thing I didn't say was Warzone was released in March, and the collaboration, as from what I could find, the collaboration between Treyarch and Raven Software didn't happen until August. So it's a little weird that Treyarch, who developed what seems to have developed most, if not all, of the game.
Well, I think Infinity Ward did Modern Warfare, not Treyarch.
Yeah,
but still, the point remains, though. Tomato. It doesn't matter which one of those teams were on it. It's still the point you're making about them not communicating and not being on the same page still exists.
Yeah. Froggy.
So, people say we do agree too much on this channel, but I don't know how we're not going to agree here. You guys know me already. When I play video games, I just like to be toxic, I guess, to myself, in the sense of I'm not even good at shooters, and I know it, but 9 times out of 10 times, if I die, I'm going to say the person cheated. What's funny is that statement that I use so often in my 10 years, the last 10 years of me gaming and playing these shooters or whatever, we would be playing. It's like, dude, no one's cheating. No one's cheating. It's sad that it's almost that I'm like right 50% of the times now. That's how it feels with Call of Duty. Okay. There's definitely way too many cheaters, like you've both have been saying, in the game. And it's just funny because I'm looking at this now and we're talking about Cold War, right? It literally cracked the top 20 best-selling games of all time now. And it's been the best-selling, again, in the month of January, it was the best-selling game, and it's been the best-selling game for every month since dating back to like November, I think. They have so much money. So much. So I am trying to figure out why this problem can't be corrected. And then I'm going to bring up the other end of it, maybe that you guys weren't really even talking about, just in general, is to the cheaters. Why cheat? Why? I'm thinking back.
It's mad weird that you play like you're cheating in a video game. It's mad weird to me.
Cheating in video games, for all I can remember, you 100% do it in what kind of game? Single player. Who remembers Grand Theft Auto? They even had the cheat system. The freaking comma did this, or in The Sims, I would do the comma, get the money. Grand Theft Auto, get the guns.
Yep. R1, R2, L1, L2, left down, right up, left down, right up.
What are we doing? That actually sounds very correct, by the way.
It's either R1, R2, L1, L2, or it's L1, L2, R1, R2. And then there was the R1, R2, L1 circle, left down, right up. I'm pretty sure.
It just keeps going to see the trend of society, or whatever. Like people, like trolls, and people you're playing a PvP game. You know it's not. So my thing is, all right, let's say you want to cheat in Call of Duty. You maybe cheat for 1 hour to see what it feels like. Like, oh my God, yeah, that is so ridiculous and broken. Like, all right, cool. But people that are legitimately cheating day in and day out, what do you get out of that? What do you, if any cheaters watching this, please what it does for your morale and your, whatever your emotion, whatever you're feeling, what does it do for you knowing that you had no control in the game and you had an auto aim or wall hacks and literally knew where people were? What does that do? And then number 2 is the competitive streamer money related aspect of it. There's no way any of those people should cheat. And I think they found out about one of these guys. I can't pinpoint the name that cheated in a tournament.
Yep.
Forget, like, no, 100% bang. You are never allowed to play. People were mad because I think they said something like, oh, he has like a 8-month ban. What do you mean 8-month ban? You're talking about money involved now, and people like get like,
Yeah.
you're done. I think it's like, yeah, there's right and wrong to it, like, but you chose to do that. I don't like
Right.
you're and it's not even there's mistakes, and then there's something that's literally being talked about every single day in the gaming community. So it's not something that you get a chance to make a mistake. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, cheating's not the one thing that I feel like should be a mistake you're allowed. There's other mistakes you're allowed, but knowing, especially if you're cheating and it's for money, there you go. Like, now that's where it's like, all right, other people were playing the right way. You literally were cheating. So I don't know.
Because it shouldn't just be forgiven as a mistake that you made, because cheating is not a mistake that you made. Like when you get when it's like, oh, I made a mistake, it's like something that kind of happens spur in a moment. I just didn't make a decision. When you cheat in a video game, like, there's a process. Like, you have steps that you take, that at any one of those steps, you could have been like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. Like, you took the time to do whatever it is I don't even know everything that goes into it. Like, I know there's certain things you could things you could enter into your computer and stuff like that. I don't even know how it works. I don't do it, but I'm sure that it's more than just a simple, like, bang, it takes 1 second, right? Like, you have to take steps to be able to cheat. Like, it's not like, oh, I just made the mistake was in all those steps, it didn't occur to you, maybe I shouldn't do this. Like, that's the mistake. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know you had a little message to the cheaters. You asked them a question. I would like to say to any cheaters that might be watching this, I hope that you go to bed tonight, right?
Oh God.
And I hope you wake up and it's like 2:18 a.m., a little crust in your eye. You got to go to the bathroom. And I hope you stub your big toe on the doorway. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. And maybe from the pain, you can't hold your pee and just a little bit comes out. Like, I don't want you to wet your whole pants, but just a little bit of pee comes out to let you know you peed yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. That's for the cheaters out there. Enough that you know you peed yourself, but not enough that you changed. So now you're nasty behind and went to bed and your drawers that you just peed in. That's what I hope. That's what I want for the cheaters.
And then the last one, I guess, the last point I'll make too, because it was money related and not just the competition, is, I guess, which apparently in the TOS for Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, there is this. It should be there. Any of you losers that aren't pros or going and doing tournaments cheating, the ones that are streaming and then acting that they're actually that good, you gotta be something else. Like, there's something wrong with you. And I'm sorry, but there's something wrong with you. Like, to then give off a personality, because KD actually showed me a video, and I would love to actually shout out the guy's name, because you're a clown.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right, no names. I don't even know where it is. But it's because it wasn't even like, oh, now I'm streaming and I'm cheating and I'm just sitting here. I'm not gonna. The conversation that was going along with the cheating, this guy really thought he was that good. Oh, you're there, sitting there. Oh, don't parachute this way. Literally hitting pistol shots on the parachute, tracking it. So now you're gonna be cocky on top of the cheating, as if that was you. Congratulations, my man.
It's crazy.
He hit, I think it was like 250-meter shot. It was insane. It was the longest shot I've ever seen. Like,
both of them were in the air and he was flying down.
Yeah.
You're bro, you're amazing. Every pistol shot too. The 6 shots it took to kill.
I will say to kind of wrap this up, Activision to me is in the same position for FPS shooters as Apple is for the smartphone market, right? They're like the lion's share. They've got the majority of people lining up for their product every year, just like Apple does. The difference is Apple understands where they're at, and when something is vulnerable in their ecosystem, they do what they have to fix it. And yes, there are hacks on iPhones and iPads and stuff like that. But when Apple is aware of it, they drop an update and then it's broken. And the ball's in the other people's court to try to find another hack. That's not what's happening here. Activision knows what's going on, and they've known for a long time, and they just haven't implemented an anti-cheat software. And it just sucks because there's regular people who suck at the game like I do, and now well, actually, I have an excuse as to why I suck, because I can just say that everybody's cheating. And the sad part of it is, like Crunky said, sometimes it's true.
Hey man, don't worry about it, man. They have a 0 tolerance. They're gonna fix it.
They're gonna fix it, yeah, in time. For
Zero's the new 100. Let's stop talking about Call of Duty. That game bothers me.
Anybody want to play league play later? Some league.
I'll probably put in the elite group based on how I play with my 2K.
We at the time of recording, we're about 10 days to 2 weeks away from Outriders dropping their demo. And for anybody who doesn't know what Outriders is, it's a new game. It's coming out April 1st. It's looks like a 3-person co-op, drop in, drop out, full crossplay between PC, Xbox, and PS5, PS4. So that's awesome. Since the demo's coming out, I just want to talk a little bit about it. Did you guys get to look into? You guys got look into like a couple of images, a couple of the videos or whatever, So I just kind of want to get a little insight, a little maybe prediction, if you will, of what you think the game will be. What does it remind you of? And if you think it's going to be popular, if you think it's just going to be a game that kind of falls flat.
I think it looks really cool. I think it I was talking to you a little bit before we hit that record, but to me it really looks like a cross between Destiny and Division. Like we talked about looking at some of the pictures of the menus and seeing how there's different classes look like they're going to be like different like elemental abilities for each class. You got the 3-person team based on the image. Like, it seems like the cover, there's going to be 3 people, which to me insinuates it'll be a 3-person like fire team type thing, just like Destiny. But you got that 3rd person, and I'm sure there's going to be cover based stuff like that. And that's where you get that kind of division. But how do I think the game's going to be? I think the game is not going to be good because I have zero faith in Square Enix trying to make this kind of game simply based off of Avengers and the way Avengers flop. Because I'm very concerned it's going to be Avengers with just a new skin. And it's going to be pretty much the same game. Like, obviously, Marvel Heroes versus this is the gameplay is going to be different. But I think that overall, I think it's going to play the same way, and it's going to kind of feel like, what am I really doing here? I have very little hopes for this game. Everything sounds like it should be good, but again, you get a reputation, and Square Enix overall, to most people, has a very good reputation. I don't really play Square Enix games that much, but I played Avengers, and I didn't think it was very good. So Outriders, I don't think it's going to be very good. Let's get controversial. Game's going to suck. How about that?
All right, I'll actually go next, because as much as I want to agree with you because of Square Enix involvement and how much Marvel's flopped, the people who are developing it, they are People Can Fly. They're the same people who brought out Bulletstorm, and there was a Gears of War game that they also made too. So I think as far as shooting goes, they kind of know what they're doing more than Crystal Dynamics, who are the people who made or developed the Avengers game. As far as how it is going to be, like how the game looks, it definitely has Destiny vibe, like you said. I think it kind of it gives off like a Borderlands vibe as far as like the loot and the amount of like stats and modifications that are on the weapons. But if you look at any of the UI for that game for Outriders, it almost looks like they're gonna get copyright infringement from Destiny, because it's almost too much. It's almost too similar. As far as sales and popularity go, though, I unfortunately think it's not gonna do that great. I don't know. It's something in me tells me, as much as I want that game to do well, something about it just says it's going to be great for the first 2 weeks, and then it's going to fall off considerably to the point where you go to watch a Twitch streamer or anybody stream it, and the most views on any stream is like 50 or 100.
I just and I know Crunky, I know you want to get in here, but I just want to echo that point about not doing well, because I think it's just going to have the problem. It's going to have this, to me, this is going to be the big problem with this game. If it's a Destiny clone, why am I going to play this instead of Destiny? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't feel like, just looking at it, never playing it, obviously, and there's not too much on it. It just doesn't look original at all. I look at that game and I'm like, I can play other games that are doing the same thing and already doing it well. Like, I don't feel like I'm going to be interested in playing this.
For me, it's flip-flopping both sides of the fence here. So some things to point out about the game that I did some digging myself, because I really didn't know much about it until recently. This has to be, to my knowledge, I'm trying to think. Obviously, I'm sure there's other games out there. But from these bigger name games, right, these AAA companies, the first fully cross-platform game that is not a battle royale. So that, to me, like, that's big. Because I think that's a helping selling point, because once again, now Xbox, PlayStation, or PC, different friends, different people, at least they open up that market to themselves. Kind of like Godfall, we were hoping we would play that with Lolo, but he couldn't play with us on PC, on PS5. I feel like they flopped that part. Like, that would have helped
A lot.
It would have helped. Yeah,
for sure. We might still be playing that game.
Yeah. So that right there, like, that's big, because we haven't seen a story-driven RPG shooter that is fully cross-platform. So I think that's big. Now, as you mentioned before, the demo coming out on the 25th, right now, somebody that went back and used the word demo instead of beta, right? What do we think about that, Lolo? They actually said demo and they didn't say beta. So this is a hit or miss for them too now. So now they're giving everyone access to the game. I'm pretty sure it's a free demo, right? Everyone on the 25th, and it comes out April 1st. So are we all going to try it? I'm sure the three of us will give it a whirl and see what it's about.
Yeah,
but on the aspect of things, what it's similar to, you guys hit the nail on the head with those, right? Borderlands, Destiny, The Division. They talked about world tiers in their game here, difficulty wise. But yeah, all those games, all kind of different, right? So they're pretty popular, all those games in their own sense. What makes this one different? I personally don't know yet, but I'll tell you what, it's going to have to be different if it's going to succeed. If it's not different from those three category-wise, like feeling, right? You got the post-apocalyptic, I guess not, this is post-apocalyptic, I guess, but like here, The Division, it's like the virus. Borderlands, it's a whole nother world, cartoony vibe, that whole thing. And then Destiny, which already gives you the whole space vibe and stuff like that. Where does this land?
And Destiny is free to play now.
Yeah. And then to hit the last thing people might not know that I saw, it's not your typical new release game. This is not Lives as a Service. So this is not coming with extra content. This reminds me of like Borderlands 2, Diablo, before they started making Lives as a Service, right? In the sense of, here's our game. This is what it is. We're going to update bugs and stuff like that and fix them. But there's no new content being added, number one. So that's a little different. Number two, my biggest thing is loot. And I was talking to KD about this. How many games have come out that are about loot? Tons. How many of them got it right the first time?
Not tons.
0. Literally almost 0. Like, got it right which is mind-boggling though, because I'm saying how there's so many. So if there's so many, why, if I'm somebody right now that's developing a game, how is this? I mean, I don't know. I'm asking. I'm not. How? You have all those examples to work off of. Why do you have to, how is it that you have to be fixing loot as soon as it comes out? Blue Anthem. Anthem's down, and we're figuring out if Anthem's still going to be alive. But
Anthem.
Here we go. I was looking at some of those pictures, and yes, the UI is just like Destiny, but like the loot is gonna have to be special, and the way they're making the game seem, there's not gonna be content coming, and it's a story-driven game, basically based on difficulty. Like, if what's the replay loop? Am I gonna keep trying to get certain loot? I don't know, because they don't really even talk about on their website. Like, yeah, they tweeted, here's a look at exotic items or whatever, the last tier of the loot, but they don't even mention loot like other frequently. Like, there's no loot. Like, so I'm a little curious. I don't know. I don't. It's like any game. It's hit or miss, but we'll see. Like I said, it's good though that they're giving a demo. That's either gonna hurt them or help them, because then it's like, oh, I actually want more of this, or thanks for letting me play for free now this demo. I know I don't want to play this, and then we'll see when it gets into the streamers' hands.
Yeah,
I will say, as I can't really talk about the game because the game's not out yet. We can say whatever we want about how it looks, and of course, it looks like Destiny and looks like all these other games. I will say, as a company, though, it does there's some type of relief there, because they actually were supposed to release this month. They were supposed to release in February, and they had to push it back for whatever reasons. Like, I guess they didn't think it was ready. And so what they did was they said, we understand that we were supposed to release it today. We're still working on it, but we're going to release a full demo. And by full demo means there's 4 classes. You can play any of the 4 classes. You can team up with your friends, and you can play like the first however many hours of the game. I think they said like 2 or 3 hours of the game.
You know who else had a
supposedly
demo?
So
Destiny.
Right. And when I played Destiny was like, oh wow, this was awesome. But the simple fact is, the company didn't have to do that. They just pushed it back, and they were like, listen, we're gonna put this demo out here so that way you see how the game is, and then you can decide. And that's a big move, because they could have gone the route of any any of the other companies out there who don't do that, and they're just like, the game's gonna be good, pre-order it, and you'll see.
Pre-order a game.
Just take our word for it. It's gonna be good.
We're not pre-ordering games anymore, KD. Lolo.
I know.
No more pre-orders. I said this 2021. I'm turning a new leaf. No more pre-orders.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't care about your damn cosmetics.
It's only the second month. We'll see.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'll play the demo, sure. Like, I'm not boycotting the game, like anything like that. You know, I just see it, like, it just doesn't look like anything different. And like, that's part, like, it just already feels. It just feels like the kind of game we're gonna play, or critics, whoever's gonna play, and it's gonna be like, if only they just made this just for the new consoles, because it's also coming out on last consoles, right? And these kind of games, I feel like you need these big, expansive worlds with this crazy loot and this awesome game. And I just feel like when you got to make that kind of game that is still gonna work for these older consoles, I feel like you're already limiting what it can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's going to be part of it too. Like, because when I look at it, I'd be like, oh, like, this is supposed to be this huge open world with crazy enemies and loot and awesome, maybe at some point raids or something, awesome events. But it's like, how crazy can it get if this game has to be cross-gen, right? Like, it has to work on the previous consoles. And, you know, I don't know, man. It just going into it, it just feels like a game that we've seen before. We've seen the problems it's going to have before, and it doesn't excite me in a way that, you know, the other games did. Like Division, I was hyped for. Destiny, I was hyped for. I see this, and I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah.
But like, maybe that's also Square. Like, maybe if Outriders, everything looked exactly the same, but it was coming from Bungie, I'd probably be like, yo, this game is going to be dope. You know what I mean? Like, but after Avengers, we'll see.
This is the perfect example for this game will let the rest of the world figure it out for us before we actually dive into it. If it gets this overwhelmingly positive feedback and reviews, I might have to cop it, but I'm gonna sit back on this one.
Yeah, I'm hoping the demo really lets us play as much as they said it was going to, and then because to me then it doesn't feel like a pre-order, right? Because I already played, I already know what I'm getting for myself. Like a pre-order, we bring up Cyberpunk as the one that really burned us. That one was 8 years, like we said, 8 years development, and we didn't even get a taste of it until we had it in our hands, and it wouldn't load because they couldn't even get their servers to work day one. So I'm burned by that. Can you guys tell?
Yeah.
I can't even remember the last time I pre-ordered a game.
I can't wait to go back and play it though. The Cyberpunk, and I'll play it soon. I'll still give it some.
I don't even really pre-order like I guess Call of Duties I do sometimes if they're gonna have like a big bonus like I don't know, cosmetics or something. But I used to pre-order games because as a kid I used to legitimately think they might be sold out. But now that you could buy everything digital,
well that's what it was.
Like, cause I remember, like, yo, bro, like, it was like if you didn't pre-order like Halo 2 when that was dropping, like, yo, you might not get it for a couple of days, like, and like it was a big deal.
Remember those?
Or like, Madden, like you didn't pre-order Madden, like they might.
Like,
at least I don't even know if that was the reality, but it was my reality as a kid. Like, yo, they might sell out. So I would pre-order it. Like, I have no idea if that's accurate. But that's how I used to feel. But now it's like I'll just get it digital anyway.
Yeah. Yep. Time will tell. The 25th is like I said, at the time of this recording, it's about 2 weeks away. So we'll have that demo shortly, and then we'll see if we were right as far as what it's similar to, or if they changed it up. Hopefully they got something unique in there.
Why not put it out 2 weeks earlier? Like, is President's Day a national holiday? Like, is everybody off on Monday, or is it just like teachers and stuff?
No, I think most people are off.
Right, like why not just push it out 2 weeks earlier and give everybody that extra day to be able to play, right? Because the 25th is a Thursday.
It'd have to be out right now. Too late.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, why not just put it out on the 11th, and then you can give everybody the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's because they don't have enough content. Don't buy it.
We shall see. We shall see. But that is it for the podcast. That is it for us. Again, if you enjoyed what you heard, please subscribe. Please like. Please comment. Let us know. Give us feedback. One thing we didn't talk about is there are new colors here. If you watch the first 2 episodes, we changed it up a little bit. We wanted to look a little bit different. We wanted to stick out a little bit, be a little different. So let us know what you think about that as well. Anything else you guys want to say?
If there's anything y'all want us to talk about too, leave that in the comments. I mean, like I know we talked about making it more like current event type stuff, which is kind of talked about a game that's coming out soon and this news about the Call of Duty cheaters. I don't even want to call it anti-cheat because I don't think it's doing that too well. But like, anything you guys think you want to hear the fellas talk about, throw that in the comment section and we'll talk about it.
So as always, guys, listen, stream what you like, play what you like, and never stop having conversations. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Peace.